but close. There's Molly Marcoux-Simon, the commissioner. Christina Lance, head of communications with the LPGA Tour. LPGA Hall of Fame, and a thumbs up for Nelly. I guess we were destined for a finish like this after the craziness of this Sunday in Bradenton. Nelly's going to double check the score. If she comes out on top, all right, we're going to go hole by hole in this playoff until we have a champion. Lydia Ko, 5-2 in playoffs. One of those two losses was to Nelly Korda, just up the road at Pelican Golf Club. Nelly's 2-2 in her career in playoffs. She's double checking the scores. Not quite, but close. There's Molly Marcoux-Simon, the commissioner. Christina Lance, head of communications with the LPGA Tour. Morgan, this is the Drive On Championship. It's sponsored by the LPGA, and maybe fitting that we've got two of their generation's best dueling here in the late afternoon sun.
And truly embodying what the phrase drive on means. Inspiring the next generation, but truly persevering through a tough day, through a tough week, through a lot of ups and downs all day. This has gone back and forth and just been absolutely wild.
While they make their way to the 18th tee, we throw it down to Tom Abbott.
Here with Megan Kang. Megan, I know it's a disappointing way that it finished up for you today. Can you put your finger on why it didn't quite work out for you?
Honestly, you know, the front nine, you know, played really well. Unfortunately, kind of had a little falter on number 9 and missed a short one for par, but just kind of gave myself good chances. I felt like I was just like kind of running it by the hole, and I couldn't really get my speed down towards the back 9, but that's golf, you know. You come out hot, and then unfortunately it gets a little cold sometimes. But, you know, definitely exciting to see a playoff with Nelly and Lydia, and, you know, both great players, both great friends, and we'll see how that ends up.
You're a very positive person. You're good friends with Nelly. You stayed at her house this week. Did you say anything to her as you came down the 17th and the way that played out? Just talk us through having a front row seat.
Honestly, you know, Nelly hit such a great shot. I know she didn't love her tee shot on 17. But, you know, she hit an awesome shot into the green. And, you know, as I was kind of walking up to hit my third shot, I, like, looked at her and I just said, let's go. Like, come on, let's make some good 2 holes, the 2 of us. She did a little better than I did. But then again, you know, it's super impressive. I thought she nearly holed out on 18 to win, and that would have been electric. But again, like, it's nothing more exciting than a playoff here.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. Well played this week. I'm sure there are great things ahead for you this season. Thanks so much.
Definitely. Thank you.
Tom and Megan, thank you. Back to the tee they go. And Nelly, no doubt, having her phone blow up. But you think about just the perseverance of these two in general over the course of their last few years. Lydia fell outside the top 50 at the first LPGA Drive on in 2020. Worked her way back to #1 in the world in 2022. Nelly got to #1 in the world in 2021, Morgan. And then a couple of years in a row with some injury setbacks, some health setbacks. She's come back. Lydia has come back. And here they are.
Yeah, it's great to see Nelly healthy. I know we've talked a lot about that, hoping that she can stay healthy for the entire season here in 2024. Lydia, I mean, as we've kind of reflecting back on her entire career on the doorstep of the Hall of Fame here, think about all the coaching changes that she's had and just all of the tinkering that she's done to continue to get that little bit better. And sometimes it hasn't always worked out, and she's admitted that. And just her tremendous perseverance.
Karen's going to call the action from on the ground. If these next few minutes are like the last few hours, Karen, who knows what we're going to see here?
I mean, it's just been, I mean, you couldn't script a soap opera any more dramatic than what we've seen out here today. I mean, just quite remarkable, the turn of events. And now you've got two of the best players in the world playing off to win here, both with technically a lot on the line. Lydia with the Hall of Fame, Nelly winning in front of a hometown crowd. Just amazing. Lydia with the drive, knows where the wind is coming from, into and off the left. It's going on a little bit of a draw. It'll be fine. You have to think that her emotions have been on a bit of a roller coaster since she completed her rounds as well.
Now that's in a very good position there up the left. Good angle to that back right hole location. Looks like it's sitting in a better lie than the first time around.
Nelly with the driver again, as she did in regulation. Definitely Nelly's distance is an advantage. I mean, we saw that in regulation with the shot that she played into this flag. It's also going to be very nice.
Big advantage there, being a lot closer to the hole. Settled just into a little bit of a hole there.
Both in the fairway on the first playoff hole, Lydia and Nelly. Well, Bradenton has shown up and shown out this week. They have come from all over West Florida to cheer on the world's best stellar field. First full field event of the season, and they are being treated to two of the best of this generation playing off. Lydia Ko with a win goes into the Hall of Fame, and Nelly Korda going to win in front of the home folks for her 9th title.
I have to say, this golf course has really held up to the tests this week. It's been set up very well by the officials. We've never seen this golf course in LPGA competition before. Not sure exactly what to expect, but I always love an old school Donald Ross course. The cream rises to the top.
And you've got two of the very best, as we said, right here. Nelly with a mammoth tee shot. She'll wait for Lydia to hit her second.
Lydia has 153. Nelly has 117.
That's good. That's perfect.
So from 153, Lydia is going to hit a 6-iron. And you're right, Morgan. The angle from this left side is I think crucial for Lydia's ball flight and the club that she's coming into this green. It's got a good lie. Pretty flat.
She has the opportunity to put a lot of pressure on Nelly.
Oh, this is left.
Oh, is that in the hospitality area? Or is it up against the wall? One more look. There it is. With the champagne on ice. She nearly uncorked the bottle. Sure, they pay the price. Now Nelly.
117, got a little downslope here. This is just a small, controlled 9-iron.
Oh, that is the shot of a champion. Is it enough to be the champion today? She has answered the bell when she had to do it.
It did not look promising there for most of the round for Nelly, especially I think back to 14, 15, and 16. Felt like she was just giving the tournament away and just has dug deep. I'm still amazed at how far that tee shot went. That was 20 yards further than it was in regulation.
You've got
just flagged it.
That's Hollis Stacy, World Golf Hall of Fame member. She was a mentor to Nelly around Bradenton Country Club and Concession in Bradenton when Nelly was just joining the LPGA Tour 2017. She hadn't won yet, and Hollis said, "You keep putting yourself in position, and the wins will come." They have 8 of them. Only Jin Young Ko has won more tournaments than Nelly since 2018. She's had it.
I think it's great what she said. Hollis told her when the time is right, it will happen. And she wrote that in her yardage book. And that was right before the Asian swing in her second season. And it was written there in her yardage book. When the time is right, it will happen. And she won in Taiwan that fall. And of course, 7 times since then as well. I think, is this the time?
Her first win in the U.S. was at Lake Nona, Lydia Ko's home course, where Lydia won last Sunday. It was the first time that she had her parents there to see her win. That was the first of 4 wins in 2021. So you've got the champagne on ice. You've got 27 roses. The ceremony was about to begin until Nelly put a halt to it with the eagle at 17 and then the birdie here at 18 in regulation. And the ball next to the bouquet. Well, Karen has seen maybe Lydia Ko hit more great shots around the green than anyone. Morgan, you've seen it up close as well. She's going to need to summon one of her best.
She does, and certainly sort of put it within easy makeable range so that Nelly knows that she has to make her putt. I mean, ultimately, you've got to, for Nelly to win, she's got to make that putt. Lydia is fully capable of potentially even chipping this one in. It is difficult. It's a couple of undulations that she has to negotiate. The shadows from the stands, obviously causing just a little bit of an issue. But as you said, we've seen Lydia do some amazing things. And she has
wouldn't it be fitting?
Oh, it would. I was going to say she has form of holding out these past couple of weeks, doesn't she?
For all of Lydia's greatness, she has been defined more than any other way by her short game, as good as you'll find in the world on any tour.
Yeah, it's what's held up so well for her under pressure, even when she hasn't had her best ball striking. And she talked about not having worked as hard on her short game this past year because she's been focused so much on her golf swing. It's become a bit of a range rat, but it looks to have been in really good form these first couple weeks of the season.
More Lydia magic. Will it be enough to force an extra hole? Nelly Korda, who about an hour ago was 3 shots behind Lydia Ko, is going to have a putt to win.
It's tough with the late evening shadows chipping through here, but she just visualizes things better than anybody else when it comes to these shots around the greens. She did what she needed to do there, put the pressure right back on Nelly.
And now Nelly for a walk-off win. Just a par, but pressure shifts back to Lydia, a few feet away to force a return to the 18th tee.
Just a little bit tentative there on that putt from Nelly.
I would say this. I've watched a lot of playoffs in my time and watched a lot of players and how they react. Lydia looks like she's absolutely relishing this moment. Like, she's walking like she's really enjoying every second of this.
Even the body language almost encouraging Nelly's putt to go in.
Mm-hmm.
She's had that poise all day today, Karen. Even when she hasn't played as well as she wanted to today, she has had that attitude, that positivity and poise.
For par to extend the playoff. We play on. Par 4s for Nelly Korda and Lydia Ko. Back to the 18th in a moment. Back they go with about half an hour of daylight left here. Bradenton is known for its sunsets, and I think the fans here want to keep this going as long as possible.
There's been such tremendous crowd support this week, especially for their hometown hero, Nelly Korda, but just all over this golf course all week. Fans have turned out to watch the best players compete here in Bradenton, and I hope that the LPGA, this drive-on event historically has been kind of a one-off event, but I hope that they're able to bring an LPGA event back to Bradenton for many years to come, because I've been impressed with what I've seen from this community this week.
Should be locked on the dot again.
Karen, you've been among them all week long, and you've had to fight your way through these crowds this week, and they are being treated, aren't they?
They really are, and it's just nice, I think, for the players to have so many people out watching and supporting them, and obviously having a hometown player in contention and up there on the top of the leaderboard and now in the playoff is really big for this event and this golf club. Lydia, I think she doesn't worry about that left bunker.
A couple more gusts here, Karen.
Little bit. This one's just down the right half. I kind of hung up in the wind just a little bit, so she'll have a fairly long shot coming up from a not as good an angle as she had first time round.
Nelly hit a rocket on the first playoff hole off the tee. Had inside 120 right for her second. Let's see what she does here.
She did. She only had 117 left. think she'll take anything between where her first drive in regulation was and where her playoff drive was. So also a little bit down the right half. Got
Leaving
another
a
gust
similar
of wind.
location to where she was in regulation. Not quite as far down as she was in the first playoff hole.
Yesterday to get a 4-shot lead coming into the round, and then today she had to have it. Take a look with a win. Again, for Lydia, she would tie NB Park for the most wins of her generation. 21 of them. She would qualify like NB for the LPGA Tour Hall of Fame. She'd be the first player since 2010 and just the second in the last nearly 60 years to win the first 2 events
We
of the
left it
season.
on that note.
We left it on. We're playing golf on Saturday. You haven't got time
We
yet.
didn't say where or when.
I have to say, I'm having some flashbacks. I played Lydia in a playoff at Lake Merced, and
Yeah.
I remember vividly how calm she was walking down the 18th fairway. And kind of similar to how she looks out there right now, just trying to stay loose, trying to keep it light. Paul, her caddy, certainly helping her with that. It's a tense moment out there.
That was 10 years ago, her first full season on the LPGA Tour. She had already won twice as an amateur, and now trying to have another moment in the sun. She'll go first, as she did on the first playoff hole.
She's got a long way to go. She's got 169.
60.
Where's the pin? Oh, there.
It's kind of in the shadow now, yeah. I mean, mainly in just a touch off the left. 60. Cold in the wind. 80. 85. All right, what's your target here?
I think landing on the left edge of the South African flag.
Yeah.
I think there's not too many people that play on the LPGA Tour that are better with their hybrids than Lydia. She's going to need to hit a good one here. Back into that wind. It's at least 20 yards worth of wind here.
Choking way up on this one. Karen probably going to flight it down like she loves to do.
This one's going more middle of the green.
Proper tier, though, huh? Okay. Can Nelly see where that ball is? I don't think she can from back there, can she?
No, it's very difficult to see anything on that
I
green.
don't think it's a big one. I think it's just that shot we've been trying to hit right at the kind of the Colombian flag there. Yeah.
Nelly's got a 6-iron. She has 155, so this is the longest shot she's had in here and the longest club that she's had to use. She's taken another aggressive line at it, very similar line to the first 2 shots.
No, that needs to settle. Everything slopes away over this green.
Just lands just on top of the bunker.
So the roles are reversed from the first playoff hole when Lydia missed the green and got up and down. Not sure Nelly's much farther away from the hole,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
over
Yeah.
the green.
We're not going to touch it until she gets it.
She's gone under the grandstand at 18.
She, of course, will get a drop. It's a straightforward pitch back up the hill. We know how good she is with those types of shots. We'll have a good idea of the read based on the previous play. And Jason doing his best to keep her in the moment, keep her positive.
Well, it is hard to overstate what an impact Lydia Ko made from a very early age. She won as a teenager down in Australia, and a month after winning the U.S. Amateur in 2012 in Cleveland, she went up to Canada and won, became the youngest LPGA winner of all time. She won as an amateur the next year in Canada. She had 17 of her 27 needed Hall of Fame points by the time she was 19 years old. But these peaks and valleys over the last few years, through it all, she has never wavered, maintained an attitude that is exemplary, has remained one of the most popular players in the world. There's the ball.
Your ball is right there. So we're coming on this one right here. Make sure you're not.
So in terms of the shot she's going to have, Morgan, yeah. Thumbs up. Yeah, we got it. Thank you. You've got a player who loves playing on this kind of turf. She hits pitch shots from places that almost anyone else would putt. She has that much confidence, and she'll need a good one. Maybe a great one here.
A player who grew up on this grass, on this Bermuda, which can cause so many players fit. She's very comfortable with it. Just trying to get out of the way of this TV tower here.
The position that she's dropping in right here is very claustrophobic, Morgan. You've got the TV tower, you've got the stands, you've got spectators. It's very close. And that in itself can be slightly off-putting. The grass that she's hitting on, or dropping the ball in, is growing towards her, so this is going to be into the grain.
More than likely, she's going to be able to place it, which would be a big advantage here. Actually, I think they're saying the first ball landed in front of the tee, so that's why the first drop didn't count. And now the opportunity to place it, Karen.
Definitely. Well, you can see what she's facing.
She still can barely get it to stop.
Yeah, it's still on the upslope, and because the grass is growing towards and down the slope, that's why the ball's rolling. So the club's gonna have, a good chance of sticking in the ground. But the fortunate thing is, as you're saying, she's so familiar with this type of grass. She's got quite a steep slope that she's got to get up, and then there's a slight little down slope between the top of that slope and where the green starts. There's probably about 3 feet there that she can use. I'm not sure. I mean, I think you've got to try and land this on the edge of the green with some spin.
Can she chip this in here, Karen?
I've seen stranger things. It doesn't seem that easy to me because of the grass and how it's growing and the closeness of it. But they're reading it like they're planning on holding it.
Yeah, he said it's going to kick right when it lands and then come back left at the very end.
Get in the hole!
Remember the Grant Thornton Invitational, Tony Finau was asking Nelly Korda how to hit these shots around the Florida turf as they teamed up in that inaugural event.
Man, a pretty good effort. Didn't maybe have 100% perfect contact, but was really tough to do, as Karen talked about how the grass was growing back towards her, but scared the hole. Left a delicate one, though, now down the hill for par if she may need it.
And it sets the stage for Lydia Ko. A putt for LPGA and golf immortality at the age of 26. Oh, my. We may need rules official Ryan Palmer to measure here. See who's away.
A bit surprising is what we saw from Lydia twice on this back nine, 13 and 16, leaving putts well short, but those were from much longer range. That one just looked very tight, as you can imagine somebody would be trying to get into the Hall of Fame.
It sounded like she was being heckled. Some of the local waterfowl. Here comes Ryan.
Yeah, there's not an awful lot in this. And so Lydia will be first to go.
Okay.
No, Morgan, when you're standing on the first tee at the Solheim Cup and everything goes really quiet just before you tee off, when Lydia was standing over that putt, it had the same kind of feel. Just the quiet of expectation.
Yeah, it's a crazy feeling when there are so many people around, and yet you can hear yourself think and breathe. Really have to quiet your own mind just as much as the crowd.
A lot of players are surrounding this 18th, wanting to perhaps see a bit of history. See this exciting finish. Par putts on the second playoff hole. Lydia first. About where she made it in regulation. The door is open for Nelly Korda.
I'd say wow, but we've seen so many things today that have made us say wow, but could be a very costly three-putt here for Lydia. Just never got it high enough, ran out of steam, caught the low edge.
And another putt to win for Nelly Korda.
Delicate putt down the hill here. About left edge.
It's a Korda kick again at the finish. And it's enough for Nelly to win for the 9th time. And deny Lydia Ko a spot so far in the Hall of Fame.
You deserve that.
Look at all that emotion on her face. I mean, what a roller coaster this entire weekend has been for Nelly. And to win at home on a day when it truly looked like she was giving it away. In the middle of this back nine.
Eagle, birdie to get into the playoff, and then the par on the second extra hole for win number 9. Flag drop for Jason McDeed, her caddy. And Lydia will have to wait a little bit longer. Karen Stupples is with our champion.
Thanks, Grant. Nelly, I mean, what a day that was. At one point, it looked really tough out there for you. You were fighting everything. What did you do to turn it around there?
Gosh, I honestly thought that the tournament was over going into 17. And I just kind of gave myself a chance. I knew that if I rolled that eagle in, I had to birdie the last hole. And yeah, I seem to always make it very dramatic and interesting. So there's no better feeling than to do it in front of a home crowd. But what a day.
Everybody says winning in front of your home crowd is the best. What makes it so special for you?
I think just even when I was down, they were so positive and keeping me in it. It was such a grind out there, so back and forth. I felt like I never really got anything going, but I mean, I can't even believe it right now.
Well, many congratulations, and we're going to send it to Tom.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Karen, here with Lydia Ko. You're gracious when you win and you're gracious in defeat. I know this one will sting a little bit. What happened on that little putt there in the playoff?
Yeah, you know, I actually hit a good stroke on it. It just broke a little bit more than I thought. You know, the first putt, it's difficult, I think, when there's a lot of grain. And I honestly didn't think I hit it that far short. But obviously I misjudged the slope and the grain of it. But I played really solid today. You know, I had a few 3 putts today, and I think that was, you know, at the end, like, that was what I think cost the tournament. But, you know, to be able to eagle that 17th and, you know, even have a chance of winning when I actually thought I was, like, quite a ways behind. No, it was nice to be, like, in contention again, like, 2 weeks in a row.
It was a wild day, really, wasn't it, today? I mean, you were just seeing it from your group's perspective, but it was kind of back and forth. But that shot you mentioned there on 17 was exquisite. Can you talk about it?
To be honest, I thinned it a little bit. So I actually thought it was going in the water, but, you know, I made just enough contact that it carried the water, and, you know, it just ended up being a very stress-free eagle. And I had a really good 2-putt here on the 72nd hole as well. So I played really well. You know, if I go down the hole of saying, you know, those shots that maybe, like, oh, if I did that a little better, then it's just endless. So, you know, good to be able to finish, you know, win last week and then finish second this week.
Well played the last couple of weeks. Well done, Lydia. Grant.
Tom, thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Karen. Nellie, thanks for a great show and a great finish to this drive-on championship at Bradenton Country Club. Lydia and Nellie, neither won in 2023. Each has a victory 2 events into 2024.
2024 is off to a spectacular start. If the rest of the season is anything like what we've seen here these last 2 weeks, it's going to be a wild ride.
The up and down from behind the 18th after nearly holing her approach in regulation to force a playoff. Dad Peter had a birthday earlier this week. Mom Regina there. And a family affair. Jason's like family to Nellie. And would you expect anything different, Lydia? After a tough defeat.
Lydia's always so gracious, one of the biggest role models out here, as is Nellie. And I think it's so interesting what she said, that she thought the tournament was over when she stood on 17T, and maybe that freed her up just enough, changed her mindset, said, this is what I have to do. Let's just give it all we got. And boy, did she ever.
3 back with 2 to play. Eagle, birdie, and then a par on the second playoff hole, and Nellie Korda earns her 9th LPGA title since 2018, her 2nd season on tour, and makes the hometown fans happy. LPGA Farmers Insurance Invitational final round coverage comes your way next, and the LPGA Tour returns to Golf Channel Wednesday, February 21st at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. First round coverage of the Honda LPGA Thailand. Lilia Vu, the defending champ. Lydia will next play the HSBC Women's Championship in Singapore. Thanks to Jesse West, our producer, director Pete Esposito and their team. For Morgan, for Tom, for Karen, I'm Grant Boone. Hometown girl makes good. Nellie Korda wins in Bradenton.